Welcome. Thank you guys for being here with me. We're here today with Katie Bickerstaff and Mitchi Wade of the BPA. Katie was president last year and is now serving in an awesome role called the Cougar Nation Liaison. And Mitchi is the current BPA president. And so with start of school this week, I just thought it'd be a perfect time to get you guys in here, or gals in here, to share more about what the BPA is and what it does and what your roles are and all the things BPA. Because I know the school couldn't function without you. So I mean that from the very beginning. Okay, so why don't you tell us, first of all, what does BPA stand for?
Well, the BPA is the shorthand for the Brookstone Parents Association.
There you go. Mm-hmm.
And that is just a collective term for all of our parents, all of our families. I would go even further to say grandparents and special friends and cousins and anybody that's a part of our students' life and our life here on campus. BPA is just sort of, it's our collective volunteer force on campus.
That's a good way to say it. Yes, yes. And y'all do so much. So I'm grateful for it. One reason I wanted to have y'all at the very beginning of the school is because we have one of the biggest events, or one huge event, next week. So I want y'all to speak to what is going on our campus next week, or next Friday night.
Next Friday night, August 25th, we are super excited to bring back the BPA Back to School Bash.
Oh, I love it.
Which we've had a number of years ago and then kind of went away after COVID. So we're really excited to bring it back this year. And really what that looks like is an extended spirit time before the football game. 6:30, gates will open. Concession stand will be open. We'll have the cheerleaders and Bubba. We have some fun giveaways, a few activities for the kids. And then we're going to get really excited for a great Cougar Walk, which will happen at some point between 7:15 and 7:30. Because what's making our bash even more exciting this year is that the game will be televised. WTVM is helping us create a new rivalry.
Yes,
the State Line Showdown with Glenwood. So it was an exciting game last year, so I know it will be an exciting game this year.
It was a very exciting game.
But we're hoping that everybody will come out. We have lots of blue giveaways. The theme is blue.
Yes, Brookstone Blue.
Brookstone Blue.
All Brookstone Blue. I can't remember the exact title of it.
I know, I can't either.
Everybody's in blue.
Yes. So wear your blue. We've got a lot of blue giveaways, and we want our side of the stadium to be a complete blue out on WTVM on Friday night.
That's going to be so fun.
But also in the back to school packet, there was a little gift from BPA, $10 in Bubba Bucks. So that is redeemable in one transaction at the concession stand for that game only. You can use it at any time from 6:30 until we close. But that's just a little gift from the BPA to families.
That's a really sweet gift. That was a great idea.
So we hope it'll be fun.
Job well done on that one. Okay, I just realized, even though we're now into our podcast, I have to now reverse, because even though I introduced y'all, I didn't give y'all a chance to tell our listeners who you guys are and a little bit about your family and your parental involvement here at Brookstone. Yes, all right.
So,
the
reason we're here.
Yeah,
huh?
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, so I have I'm Katie Bickerstaff. I have got a junior, Lizzie.
It's hard to believe.
Frankie, my middle child, is in the 9th grade, so 2 in high school now, and then Ruth, my youngest, is in the 6th grade.
Starting middle school.
Starting middle school. I'm done with a whole half of the campus, which is
Isn't that crazy?
wild to me.
I know.
You'll get there one day. But I have been a part of the BPA really from the get-go, from, lower school parent rep to decorating for camp day and all kind of stuff. So I feel like I've been around the block for a while, and I love it.
Yes.
I love being here.
And you're married to?
Bo. Oh, that guy. So my husband, Bo, is a Brookstone lifer. So he graduated in 96 from Brookstone.
Okay.
And we knew when our kids started school, we wanted to get back to Columbus and be here.
And we're so glad y'all are. Can't imagine Brookstone without y'all.
Thank you.
That's true. I'm Mitchi Wade. I have a daughter, Ruthie, who is a Brookstone graduate, class of 2022. So she's a sophomore at Georgia Tech now. And then my younger daughter, Martha, is a current sophomore in high school. So they've both been here since pre-K. I am married to Travis, and he is also a Brookstone lifer and alum, and have, like Katie, just been part of the BPA from day one, and done a lot of different kind of things. So been a room mom and a division rep, and been involved with the Arts Alliance, and just love it. Love being on this campus and working with our teachers and our staff. And my children are always like, "You're trying to get a job up there. You're there so much," but I'm not. I just
it is a job up there.
These are all my people. I love being on this campus. I love working with this faculty and the kids, and it's just such a great place. And I'm jealous that my children get to spend all day every day here.
I know.
So.
It is a good place.
Yeah.
I mean, it just really, really is. Well, so I love that you both have played so many different roles in the BPA. So if you had a new family, if you could talk to a new family today, what would be one of the first things you would say to them about why they want to jump in and get involved with the BPA?
I would say it's meeting people and the friendships that come out of it. You know, my very best friends now were not in my life when we started school here. And now I couldn't imagine, not going through my days without those relationships that were made because I plugged in and because I said yes, I'd be the pre-K room mom, and I survived that, and I thought, well, I can do anything, and so now we all do it together and love that our time is given mostly to the school and where our kids thrive.
Right. Exactly. Exactly.
I totally agree. I just would say connection, which is the same thing, just to meeting new people and connecting to, we have a kid in the same grade, and or they had the same teacher, or just shared experience and building community among the school, but especially for yourself. And also I think it's just such a great feeling to be part of something that is bigger than yourself. And even, whether it's a shift in the concession stand or at the book fair or bringing a snack to pre-K tea party, it's fun to get involved and give back and just make those little connections all along the way.
I totally agree. Those relationships are just invaluable. And one of the gifts of being here at school at any point is being able to see the kids, like getting an insight into what your own kids are doing. And so it really is fun.
Oh, yeah, to be a fly on the wall.
Yeah.
Is great. Yes. Yes.
So, okay, well, you had already mentioned this, that everybody should have gotten in the mail, the back to school BPA piece, which is lovely and beautiful. Thank you, Bianca. But it lists.
She knocked it out of the park.
She knocked it out of the park.
She's so talented.
She always does.
Amazing.
She always does.
I know. And so it's got the little BPA passes. So speak a little bit to the passes. What do people do with the passes?
Who's going to talk about this?
If I just turn and look at her every time, she'll answer.
Okay, so the BPA athletic passes, save those, put them in your wallet. They admit you to every regular home sporting event. So baseball, tennis, football, basketball, any of those. When you come in and you see somebody, usually a wonderful faculty member sitting there collecting the gate fee, then you wave your little ticket and go on in. So you're part of the BPA dues that every family pays goes to cover that gate admission. So it doesn't cover playoff games, but every regular game, every regular home game, then you can just walk on in. We've covered the gate fee for you. That's awesome. Those. But hang on to those, and those are glue dotted into them.
Yes. So then underneath those passes has all the major events of the year. So after the back to school bash, well, first of all, you had an awesome block party this past week. So
we did. That was so fun.
That was really fun.
It was really hot.
It was really hot.
But it was really fun.
It was really fun.
Yes.
And so that event, check that one off.
Yes.
And now you're moving to back to school bash.
Back to school bash.
And then what is the next one after back to school bash?
The next one is Cougar Cup. Cup on October 3rd. Yes.
Yes. I'm gonna peel my little passes off.
And
here.
that is our signature Cougar Nation fundraiser. So I'll let Katie talk a little
Cougar
bit more
Nation
about that.
liaison here.
Yes,
Talk
so
to
that is our annual golf and tennis tournament. And this year it will be held at Columbus Country Club.
Okay.
They alternate locations each year.
And what's the date for that one?
Tuesday, October 3rd.
October 3rd. Okay.
And this will be the second year having pickleball as well.
That's right. That's so fun.
And so it is the most fun, but it is a huge, huge fundraiser for our athletics department. So everything that is raised through that will be put into a fund to update, athletic equipment. And this past spring, the committee met to go over the biannual, is that what you say, biannual allocation of that money. And so with it, we've purchased new cheerleading mats. Along with funds from the BPA, we extended the cross-country trail, which
that's
I'm
awesome.
So
excited
exciting.
to check
So
out.
excited about that.
So,
Yes.
that makes that trail now, I don't know what the
3.1?
word is. Whatever it is, we can have cross-country meets.
Use it for meets.
Yes.
Exactly. Yes.
Yes.
I'm
We
not
have
sure
a
what
home
that
meet,
is, but
so
yes.
It's
But that will be
you
a
know.
great thing for us to be able to host all the meets here.
We got new concession equipment for both the Cougar Cafe and the baseball, the Chiefs concession stand. There's software that the swim team uses that I'm not exactly sure of all the ins and outs, but that requires, purchasing the rights to it. And so we were able to do that as well.
Oh, cool.
So all of that plus more,
Yes.
goes,
that's really exciting.
comes directly from the Cougar Cup
That is
funds.
amazing.
Yeah.
That is
So
no small amount of investment, and that's awesome.
It is not, and there's a huge, huge team that pulls that off. Gayla Arrington is the chair of it this year, and she and Edie Evans are getting all the work prepared. They're about to start really digging in with their team and
That's awesome.
pulling it off.
Oh, it's
So
going to be great.
excited.
It's such a fun event.
It
every
is.
year.
a fun day.
It really
It
is.
really
Really
is a
is.
fun day. Okay, so we've got Cougar Cup. And then in the fall, it looks like on here we have Breakfast Under the Lights, which is another one of my favorite events. I'm going to say
Yes,
that about
so
every
fun.
single one of these. Yes. All right. So tell us about Breakfast Under the Lights.
Breakfast Under the Lights is one of our community building events. And so that is an opportunity for our lower school friends, our lower school boys that are crazy about football, to come out and have a night with their mom, or some other special friend in their life. But they, these boys and their moms come and they run plays with the varsity football team, and they talk to the coaches, and they have a special media day photo booth, and
cute.
we
It's
feed
the
them
cutest
feed them dinner, and we give them dessert and all the Gatorade they can drink. But it's really fun to see these younger kids, so for our lower and intermediate school boys, come out and hang out with these seniors and juniors and seniors and the whole the varsity guys they see playing on Friday night. So it's really fun, and honestly, I think that the upper school boys have just as much fun, if not more, than
Absolutely.
the younger boys.
Absolutely.
Yes.
They love it. They
Yes,
love it.
It's so fun. I mean, to get out and be able to run around on the football field, it's so
I know.
fun.
I know.
Yes.
And it's just one of those things that makes us as a whole school, it's just a real unique opportunity to be able to do that for our
Yes.
students.
Yes.
So, yeah.
And
they
it's a
love it.
great way to build that community from the little bitties all the way up to the ones about to graduate. So,
And as a mom of boys, they're just not a lot of activities designed for the moms to be a part with their
Yes.
sons, and especially a sporting event like this. And so I think that's always really sweet too, to have that little component to it. Okay, so we have that, and then we've got book fair. I mean, oh my word, it's just like the years flying by as I'm even looking at this. So book fair coming up in November.
Yes.
And so that will take place. Is that a once a year event or is that a twice a year event?
It's once a year.
Okay.
Pre-COVID, we had the on-campus event in the fall, and then we would have an event at Barnes and Noble in the spring.
That's what I'm thinking of. Okay. And then that's no more. So now we just have the one
Right now, yes.
Right now.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. So
That'll be on
in November.
campus in the Kerwin
Yes.
Library.
Yes.
So-
Just in time for all your Christmas shopping.
Yes, all your Christmas
Yes.
shopping.
Mhm.
And that's another fun thing that, we were talking about doing things with your children or
Right,
seeing your
right.
children's friends that work a shift at the book fair.
Yes.
And it is the cutest thing to
Oh
see
my
these
gosh, it
kids come
really
through
is.
and make their wish list and see
Yes.
what they want. And you can help them write it down. And it just watch them is so fun. Just neat to see them in sort of their natural school habitats,
Right,
but
right.
and then probably meet some other parents that
Right.
you've never met before. So
Exactly. That's so
It's fun. I love the book
that
fair.
one too. Okay, and I'm just flying through, so y'all just interject at any point. But and then in February we have the Sweetheart Dance, which
Yes.
is just so great.
It is so
I
cute.
love it.
Yes.
So tell me about that.
The Sweetheart Dance is in February, and that is sort of the girls and the dads' answer to Breakfast Under the Lights. So the girls have their
Yes.
moment too, and it is a really fun night. And again,
Mm-hmm.
our lower and intermediate school girls get a chance to dress up with their dads and come to just a fun party at the Green Island Country Club. They'll have a DJ and have dinner and get a T-shirt, and it's always really fun. It's really sweet, and all the kids love it. And
They do.
yes.
Yes.
Fun to see the dads all.
It was my little one's
Yes.
first year to go this past year, and I'm telling you,
yeah.
you would have thought.
You're not gonna miss it
was
now.
The pinnacle of life she had achieved to get dressed up for this
She's
dance.
made it.
She was so
Yes.
excited. It was adorable. So, all of these events, I just want to say thank y'all, and thank you to the people and the volunteers who make them happen, because they really are. They're so well done. Everything is so well done, but they do just mean so much to our kiddos. So, okay, and then we've got bidding.
Oh, that's our big one.
Woohoo!
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. So Bidding for Brookstone is our BPA signature fundraiser. And in the same way that Cougar Cup raises funds for the Cougar Nation special projects, Bidding raises money for BPA special projects.
Okay.
And the way that works is biannually, twice a year, we take requests, and
Okay.
a form is sent out to teachers and faculty, and then they send back in things that extras that they need for their not for their sport, because that's Cougar Nation, but for their classrooms, for the campus, and sometimes it's things that like leveled books or new readers, or but then sometimes it's things that you may not necessarily think about. Like we just in the spring did new carpet squares for the intermediate school.
Oh, yeah.
Because those kids down there love to dance, and they wear that carpet out. And we put AstroTurf in the Gaga pit at the middle school.
That is gonna be
because it was
amazing.
kind of a mud pit. So,
Yes. Yes.
we're thrilled to partner with Cougar Nation to do the cross country trail. But then we also one of our bigger projects this year was new choral risers for the Turner Center.
Oh, yeah.
Which is not just musicals, and it's not just an arts thing. That really touches everyone, because we have a play in every grade, and so
right.
all these kids stand on the risers at some point. So it's time to buy some new ones.
That's exciting.
Let's see what else we did. Some language arts classroom organization for some of the upper school language arts teachers. We did some microscopes, some physics lab equipment,
awesome.
some new photography equipment for our digital photography teacher, who does an amazing job. So it's a lot. Sometimes it's fun and flashy things. In the past, I think we just finished in the fall buying the last batch of Chromebooks for the intermediate school. Is that right,
Yes.
Katie?
Chromebooks.
So that they could have a one-to-one, one device for every student to check out from the cart. So we're really proud of that
Right,
work,
as you should be.
and proud that
Yes,
our community
yes.
comes together to support these events, so that we can in turn do some of these projects, which is, we strive to touch every student on this campus and every faculty member, and might not happen every season, but at least over the course of some time.
Right, exactly. Well, it just, everything you're raising funds for just goes right back to benefit our children. And
Yes,
it's
absolutely.
It's just a beautiful thing. So again, it's not just all for fun. This is all a lot of hard work that pays off and really pays dividends for our students. So, So bidding, tell us a little bit about that event.
So bidding has kind of evolved over the years. Pre-COVID, one day we'll have to quit saying pre-COVID.
I know, one day we will.
Or after COVID.
Yes,
but
I know.
pre-COVID, it was a huge live in-person event. So well done. Amazing volunteers that pulled that off. And then in the past few years since COVID, we've done an online auction. Far and away, what sells the best at bidding are what we call our Brookstone treasures. And that is where really our faculty and staff come together and give either their time, they're in some cases they're pulling out their pocketbooks and giving, but they it's everything from be the head of school for the day, or be the intermediate school administrative assistants, or queen or king of the carpool line, be a ball boy for football or soccer, or so they're really just experiences. And I love those because they're things you can't just buy and you can't just do. But again, they just create that connection. And they create connection between the upper school and the lower school and the intermediate school, and between parents and teachers and students. And it's so sweet to see the students get so excited about, getting their parents bought them the, milkshake date with their teacher. It is. Sometimes it gets a little, they're like, oh, wow. But,
throw in a puppy.
Oh, yes.
Puppy and pizza with peas.
Yes.
I'm still paying that off. That was a battle, but they love it. Those
they
kids
do.
are like, get that for me.
And it shows you how much they love spending time with their teachers.
Oh, absolutely. Yes.
That they would want to spend that time outside
Please
of class.
buy me this time with my teacher. Yes, they just love it. And the teachers are so kind to give it. And the parents are so kind to support it financially, and the kids just love it.
They do.
We also have some other auction items. So we'll have hopefully artwork and trips. And last year we had some really cool parties, experiences, and sort of themed parties that our team of volunteers put together that did really well. So we're looking forward to another great year.
That's awesome. So. It's fun. It'll be here before we know it.
It will.
As we all know. Okay, so then at least in here we have two other events, at least on the brochure. One being, well, actually three: Blue White Day, Country Fair.
Yes.
Right. So who wants to talk about those two events?
So those events, I believe it was only several years ago that they were combined.
Yes, recently.
And before, so when we got to that point, I think my kids were still probably doing, we still had field day with father, it was. Right. And so now that, Blue and White Day is all school field day.
Yes.
That my kids love because their dad got to experience it when he was here 100 years ago.
Exactly.
And so, you get your team color for life.
Yes.
And so the day starts with field day, and everyone kind of comes together, pops off the day, and you do your events, and you come back at the end, and someone is crowned the winner.
Yes.
It's a really, really great morning, and then it moves to Country Fair on the quad, where the freshmen, it is a day of service for them, and they run the whole thing. They will be serving the food, doing the games, monitoring, hopefully, the jumpy things.
Bounces.
Yes.
And the kids, there's the Duncan booth that is, I think, a big hit. Kids love spending time with their teachers and trying to
especially
dunk
trying
them.
to spend time with them while they're trying to dunk them.
Yes. So that is an amazing day that I think the entire school family loves.
Oh, they love it. And I think I remember asking Catherine Trotter how many years we've been doing Country Fair. And I think it's like 46.
It's a long
47 years we've been doing Country Fair. I think it's probably the longest running tradition we have.
Yeah.
All school tradition.
Yeah.
And then Blue and White Day, like you said, was here and then shifted through the years, changed a little bit, and then kind of got more division specific. But then some of these alums who remember it
Yeah.
were like, we need to bring that back. Like, that was so much fun. So I can't remember when it started, maybe 2017?
A couple of years.
or
Yeah, 2017 sounds
something
about
like
right.
that.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we've started doing it
Yes.
again, all schools. So what color are y'all? Blue,
We're
white?
white.
We're white.
Oh, oh my gosh.
And we
so
won
right.
this
Oh my
year.
gosh.
Oh, too late. We
good.
finally won.
We finally won this year.
Yes. Yeah.
Yay!
It's a big deal.
Yes. I know.
Isn't it funny when
They
you
were
find
like,
your
this thing is
people?
rigged if we don't win this year.
I know.
It's only rigged if you lose. It's never rigged if you win.
Right.
But yes,
Yes.
the white team finally won. I know.
Finally
Something
won.
so fun about that is my nephews, my girls' first cousins are a lot younger than they are. So they've never, and they're boys and I have girls, and so they don't have a lot of shared extracurricular activities. But when my oldest nephew came to Brookstone last year, he was in pre-K. We were like, you have to be on the white team.
Yeah.
You have to be. You have to be on white. Thankfully, families, if your family isn't too ginormous,
Yes.
then you can be on the same team. So it's so fun to have
got to cheer.
Martha as a freshman and my nephew Paul as a pre-K student be on the same team and cheer for the same thing. And when the pre-K got to run out on the field through their own little breakthrough, that was the cutest thing I've ever seen.
Oh my word.
It was adorable.
Yeah, it was
adorable.
adorable. I hope
Yes.
that will continue every year
Yes.
because that was really fun.
Yes.
Yeah.
One extra fun thing about Country Fair is that last year we added Market on the Quad
Oh, yes.
to Country Fair.
Yes.
So that was, it runs a few days before, but it also is occurring during Country Fair. So we're going to do that again this
Okay,
year. It was a
good.
big hit.
That was great. So tell us for our listeners what Market on the Quad is.
So Potting Shed and Market on the Quad. Well, I guess Market on the Quad is two things: culinary classics and Potting Shed. So that is where we draw on all the many talents of our families.
Yes.
And they bring in all sorts of amazing things. I mean, you'll find Turn Time Farms eggs
I know.
and
All the wonderful foods.
people that do, raise bees and have honey and make pies and are gifted in lots of ways that I am not. Bring all of their yummy frozen things,
Right,
fresh things,
right.
baked goods. It really is quite an amazing spread. And then Potting Shed is we from a really great grower and get some really fantastic plants. And usually it's close enough to Mother's Day. You could keep something alive for your
Yes.
mom.
Yes.
Or yourself, whatever. But again, we also have some really talented people that have really, really green thumbs. And so they're so kind to come and share their, Catherine Turner's done it for many years,
Yes.
headed that up. And so she can whip up an amazing container for you in your container and another container. Anyway, it's always just so fun to see what comes in and what that team is going to create. So it was fun to do it on the same time as Country Fair last year, so we'll keep that combined.
It really was. It's one of those weeks or a couple of weeks. I can't remember at what point Spring Arts Festival coincided.
It was
It's
awesome.
all
It
the
was
same week.
the
Yes.
same
Yes.
week, wasn't it? I was like, I
Yes.
feel like I'm
Yes.
visualizing that. That was a really busy week on campus.
Yes.
Yes.
But it was so fun.
It was really fun.
It was just amazing.
Yes.
There was so much life happening on the
Yes.
quad. So, yeah. So I don't know if
Yes.
it's the same week this week or
I think
this
it
year.
is.
I think it is. I hope
think
it
it
is.
is. I hope it is.
Okay, good.
Really,
So that was
really-
a good thing.
Yes.
Because I felt it was like
Yes.
really lovely, just
Yeah.
all the way around.
Yes.
To experience
So-
all of that, and to
Yes.
see all the different arts festival
know.
events
I
that I
know.
wouldn't have
Right.
come up here to see
Right.
otherwise.
Yes. It was
Exactly.
amazing.
Loved it.
Exactly. The
And see
artists
how the kids
painting,
respond.
I
Yeah.
know, and the kids love it.
They love
One of
it.
my favorite things is the
Piano.
pianos.
Yes.
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 Children will just sit down and start playing that piano.
I know.
They will.
It is amazing.
It is.
Children you didn't even know could play the
Yes.
piano will just start playing the most beautiful songs. It's just
Yeah.
and hear that just wafting across the quad, and then you see the flowers and the art. It's my favorite week. I love it.
It is
I
fun.
love
It really is. It's a fun week. Fun week to be on campus.
For sure. Okay, so speaking of arts, we haven't even mentioned the Arts Alliance.
Yes. Well,
So-
and I was just thinking, so Spring Arts Festival and
Yes.
Blue and White Day and Country Fair, Market on the Quad will culminate with the second year of our Arts Alliance fundraiser.
That's right.
Which is dinner theater, and they just announced the title of the show. I think it's called Trouble at the Talent Show. so many thank yous to Anna Flournoy for helping us getting that started and spearheading it, and Will again, and it was just amazing under her leadership.
Yes.
Said last year was the first year, and it was so much fun. And it Arts Alliance, I guess I should back up and talk about Arts Alliance a little bit. If you think of BPA as sort of an umbrella, then the other two things underneath it would be Cougar Nation for athletics, which is support, I guess you could say, Booster Club for athletics, and then Arts Alliance would be the Booster Club and the support for the arts, the fine arts, the performing arts, visual arts, all of those, that we have such a robust offering at Brookstone. And they have so many activities. So the Arts Alliance is the part of BPA that really focuses on supporting our fine art, visual arts staff in a lot of different ways. And sometimes that looks like, bringing meals for the dress rehearsals the week before the play, or doing decor for the Turner Center Gallery. It can be for the spring musical, or the character breakfast that we do before the middle school musical, which will be really in September, and it's Finding Nemo.
I know.
It's going to be amazing. I cannot wait.
That's going to be awesome.
And then, they also have the one act play, which is in that competition is in November, but they are doing a lot, and that's just the performing arts. So not even to talk about all that's going on in the fine arts. So the Arts Alliance exists to support that team of faculty and the things that they are doing, and they've done some really great work. And so I was really excited last year when they debuted their new fundraiser. And so our hope is that the funds from that they will have their special projects committee and allocations to support specifically what that department needs. So we're really excited. It was such a fun night. I didn't really know what to expect, but
it was so fun to see the faculty, the staff, some students, actually in the performance, and then students serving and kind of working, and Bo Bartlett.
Yes.
We had the event at the Bo Bartlett Center, and
which is just incredible.
And
Bartlett
he had a role,
which was incredible. It was such a fun event that, like Mitchi said, we had no idea what to expect walking in, but I can't wait.
And it was
for the next
exciting.
Students and faculty and staff, not just arts faculty and staff that were in the show. It was across the school. Jacob Crowder was hilarious.
Yes. He is.
He's so funny. Great. And Dr. McGuire was amazing as it was just, it was great. It was really fun. I think they had a lot of fun with it. And I know everybody there had a great time. So I'm really excited for just the continuation of that event. And so
you guys, y'all have a lot planned for this year. You have a lot of really fun things. And like we said at the beginning, this is what makes Brookstone so special. It's all the things that we're pouring into it, all the events, and we wouldn't be the same school without all these wonderful events. So it's exciting. It's real exciting. Okay, so 2 things before we wrap things up. Volunteers. If somebody wants to volunteer, how do they get involved? What do they do?
They just say, "Oh, me, I want to help." And when you talk, some people say, "How do I get involved with the BPA?" Well, we are here. We have something for you to do. And I've said this a couple of times, but if you have a lot of time, we've got something for you to do. If you have a little time, if you have almost no time, we still have something for you to do.
Yes, that's a great way to say it.
Being involved in the BPA can look like everything from when your room parent sends out an email or Sign Up Genius and clicking on I will bring goldfish. That is being involved in the BPA because that is supporting your room parent, supporting your teacher, supporting those activities. And, it could also be, oh, sure, I will decorate the whole intermediate school for homecoming. That's being involved in the BPA. So is chairing one of these events. So is spending money at one of these events. All of those things are supporting the BPA. But literally just, if somebody throws something out and just saying yes, just raising your hand, just saying, yes, I will bring this snack, or yes, like Katie said, I'll be the pre-K room mom, or, awesome. If there's something, a specific way somebody wants to get involved, or if they don't even know how to say yes to any of those things, then they can always email us at bpa@brookstoneschool.org.
All right, easy
and on the website, the school website, there's a, BPA page,
Uh-huh.
and there's
Yes.
a link where you can fill out what we call our willingness to connect.
Okay.
And there's a lot of different things you can say. Yes, I want to work at that book fair. I want to do this. But at the very top, it says, just call me. And, I'm good. Like, I just want to work a shift somewhere. I want to do anything.
But not necessarily lock into something.
Or they may
Yes.
just like, I don't really know what this means.
Right.
I don't know what
Right.
am I signing up to, sometimes I think people feel like, oh gosh, am I signing
Right.
up to chair this? No,
Right.
we wouldn't make
Right.
you do that.
Right. Yes.
But they don't know what the commitment means. And
Right.
it's kind of hard to communicate that
Right.
just on a website.
Right.
So, there's a one at a time. Just call me and let me know. Just let me know what you need, or I'm good last minute.
Right.
A lot of people
Right.
say that, which is so needed.
Right.
And then I think there's a QR code in the back to school packet for the willingness to connect. So
you're
if
right.
you shoot that with your camera, your phone camera,
Yes,
it'll take you
there
right to it. So
on the last little page.
yes.
Mm-hmm.
Email
Okay.
the willingness to connect, and just say to your child's grade parent or room parent or division rep, hey, I want to help. I want to
Right.
be involved. I
Right.
want to get, and we'll go from there. Yes,
Like you
we
said,
have
it's the
a
best
lot
way.
of different opportunities. Yes. And there's a few things we haven't really talked about. We do need some volunteers for, but again, it's
Right.
like the BPA sponsors the Senior Mentor Breakfast,
Oh yeah.
which is a
Yes,
really neat
which is
thing that we don't do a lot of publicizing.
Yeah,
It's
not
just
a lot
for
of
seniors, but it's
advertising about that,
such a
right.
great
Oh my gosh,
morning.
that's an amazing event.
The faculty appreciation breakfast
Yes.
is probably my favorite thing all
know,
year.
I
But we
know.
often need a lot of hands on deck for that. So
Right.
that's a great way that if somebody said, I need to
do
help,
such a
then we
good
might
job.
reach out for that. The spirit shop and the swap shop.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think a lot of people realize that everything that they see in
Mm-hmm.
the Curvin building when they walk in is all of that is ordered, designed, merchandise, stocked,
Right.
folded by
Right.
volunteers.
You're right. You're right. I think you're absolutely
yes.
right. People don't
Yes.
realize that.
We
the amount
have
of work
their
that goes into that.
parents. Nicole Reigel and Liza Boykin do a great job with that. They
Yes.
work really hard.
Yes.
It is a lot. I mean, that's a
It is a
huge
lot.
job.
Yes.
And I don't think everybody realizes
No.
that that's a volunteer position.
Right. Right.
So she often will need, like, I just need somebody to come help me fold. I
Fold
need
t-shirts
somebody to help me
because they
count.
get messed up.
Yes, because
Yep.
you come in, you rifle, it
Yep.
just happens. So
Exactly.
sometimes that she'll call me and say we need that, and that's a great. If you just click on that, call me at the last minute. Call me when you just need a few hours
Right.
here and there.
That's
Also,
right.
the swap shop.
Yes.
That is a BPA
Yes.
initiative.
And Tanisha's doing a great
and
job with
Tanisha,
that.
yes, Tanisha is doing a great job. It looks great
It
in
does.
there.
It
It's
looks
really
fantastic.
organized. It
It
is
looks
really,
fantastic.
and that is another way for people to be involved in BPA is bring us your gently worn uniforms so that we have something to get, and it's a great resource for new students.
Oh, it's fantastic.
Just
yeah.
because to all of a sudden buy 5 days of clothes is
Right,
a lot.
right.
It's also a great resource for current existing students
Yes, it
when you
is.
realize they grew and
Yes.
Lansing is backed up.
Yes, exactly.
But everything is $5 or it's an even swap. Bring
Right.
us one, take one.
Right,
But again, sometimes, it looks great and then all of a sudden like 4 different people show up. And
Right.
so you just need some help hanging. And so sometimes we need help there. And,
Yep. There's always places.
we'll put out the BPA bat signal. Let people know.
the cougar paw in the
Yes,
sky.
yes, we need that. We need that.
We do need that.
We need that. We need that. And
request.
a major place that we need volunteers, I'll
So I
let
was gonna-
Katie
yeah.
go into that is concessions.
Concessions.
Yes.
Concessions.
Yeah.
We need
yes.
the cougar paw for concessions.
We so concessions is the biggest part of my job working with Cougar Nation, and it's especially for Friday night football.
Right.
It is the most fun.
It really is fun.
Someone I did not until I was BPA president. I did not work the concession stand. I thought this is too busy. This is
Yes.
too loud. It's going to be hot. It's going to be. I don't want to do it.
Right.
I've been
You're
converted.
converted.
Really.
I love working in the concession stand. And there is a Sign Up Genius that has every football game, middle school, JV, and varsity. And it is circulating around the school. I'll send it out multiple times, but it is a great way. We had new parents
I know. I
to
thought
the
that was
school.
So awesome.
Yes.
Yeah, that were working in last Friday nights.
Yeah.
concession
Yes.
stand. And it's great for them to meet people, but also for us to meet them.
Right.
You learn so much as a new parent by spending time with old geezers like Mitchi and I that are going to spend like 20 years here. You learn a lot about who does what and what makes this work and where is this building and where's it, it's kind of a, I don't know, almost like a little secret underground.
Yes.
Of you're in there, you're working together for a few hours and
working hard.
It's so fun.
You're working hard and you're providing a really great service.
An incredibly great service.
The amount of people that it takes to, from these student athletes to the administrators, the faculty and staff, and the security that pulls off everything that has to happen at a football game. It blows your mind.
It
And
really
so
does. It really
it's a great service for parents to be in there and to take all of that off of the school and serve food and
good food.
Yes,
food.
really
It's
good
really good food.
And that's a service to our community, to our Brookstone community, our wider Columbus community, to provide good food and
think about how much our visitors must love it. I mean, I would think they would. Like when you know you're going to go to a place where you're going to get good food, especially if you're coming out of town. We want to create that experience for them.
We have this beautiful new stadium.
Right.
We have great athletic teams. It just elevates the whole experience and the whole feeling. And
I just want everyone to feel at home
and proud of what we offer.
Yes,
Yeah,
exactly. Exactly.
Yes.
Okay, so I know we're running out of time, and I want to get to some of my favorite questions that I just love to ask guests. So you can decide who wants to go first, but I always love to. I think Mitchi won. I always love to ask, what is either your favorite book that you've ever read or one that has had, just a big impact on you as you've read it. So, and it can be more than one, but.
Well, since we're at the end of summer and I've done a lot of beach reads that I'm embarrassed to tell you that I read.
Are you kidding? That's awesome.
Yes. No, I mean, they were great. I enjoyed them, but then you just move on.
Right.
I read a book at the beginning of the summer and it's just stayed with me. It is Barbara Kingsolver, Demon Copperhead, and she's a beautiful writer anyway. I have a hard time saying it's my favorite book because it is a heartbreaking story. It really is just sad and it's fiction, but you can see that these circumstances exist not real far from us. It's set in Appalachia, but the protagonist you kind of follow him throughout his life. His name is Damon, but they call him Demon. But he is so resilient and he is hilarious. So it is heartbreaking, but it is hilarious. And just through all the things that his life, all the twists and turns his life makes, he stays pretty positive and he's just keeps on and he's resilient. And the beauty of her writing and the resilience of that character has stayed with me. It's kind of, I've been kind of chewing on it this summer. So
I love that.
It's a good book.
Good. All right. What about you, Katie?
One of my favorite books that I have read in the past several years is Educated. Tara Westover. So she was raised in Idaho by a Mormon survivalist family. And she took it upon herself to kind of seek education and has an incredible story of how just being vulnerable and putting herself out there and doing stuff and how going and getting an education that she was not going to be given kind of just changed her life. It's just such
that's a true story, right?
True story.
True story.
Yes. So
it's
she,
fascinating.
taught herself, got her, took the ACT, and I think she went to Brigham Young at maybe 17, but realized when she got there that she had never heard of the Holocaust. She did not know what fractions were, but it didn't stop her. She went on to Cambridge and Harvard and got a PhD, so you can do absolutely anything if you will just keep trying.
Just keep going.
Just
Yeah,
keep
I
pushing.
know.
And
I
it's
know.
also just a really, really good
Yes.
story.
Yes, I agree. I agree. Okay, so now moving from books to any wisdom, any advice that you've been given. What is some wisdom or some advice that has been given to you that has stuck with you? Either the best advice or just something that just meant something to you, or that you've shared with your children.
I don't think I share it with my children enough, but I remember when I started college, my dentist, it was Alan Benz, that said this is a really long time ago, but he said to me, just, you get your teeth cleaned, the dentist comes in for just a few minutes, you look good at it, and he just said, work hard now, play hard later. And I did not always do that. I do not always do that, but that is something that I always think about, whether it's for the tasks of today or
Right.
whether it is, Lizzie's last 2 years of
Right,
high
right,
school.
right.
Work hard now, play hard later.
That's right. Yeah.
I like that.
Oh, that's good.
I like
That's
that.
good. I like
You
that
can tell
too.
everybody I said it.
We need to write that down. Too. Okay. Work hard now, play hard later. Katie Bickerstaff.
Cougar Cafe.
All right, this was kind of hard. I kind of blanked when but one thing I think about, I talk about with my girls a lot, and I know someone told me this, but I can't remember who it was. But one thing we talk about a lot is just draw the circle wider, which to me means being intentionally inclusive, and maybe looking for somebody that just kind of having your eyes open to see if somebody's sad or struggling, or can you literally, if you're standing in a circle of friends, like spread out a little bit and
Right.
pull others closer.
Right. Right.
But I also think about that, with other things too, like with the BPA. I mean, we try to get as many different people involved as possible, and how are ways that we can reach out to pull people closer to our mission, and as we build this community. But
That's good. That's good. So, and I like it even physically. We were talking the other day, and maybe I think it's more girls than boys. They do have a tendency to group in circles, very inward, and so that's a good analogy in the metaphorical, but also in the what am I trying to say? I'm blanking on the word. Not figurative,
like
literal. In the literal.
Yes,
Thank
there you go. Yes.
To actually break that circle.
Well,
open
we're
a little
only
bit.
better when we involve others and we
Right.
have more ideas and
Right,
more
yes.
commitment and more thoughts and just hearts involved.
Right.
So
Right. Well, I love
try to
it.
draw the circle wider.
I
So.
love that.
Me
Well,
too.
this has been really fun. Y'all have been fun to have as guests, and I hope that our listeners have learned so much more about the BPA and know where to find you guys. And like I said, I just thank y'all for everything you're doing. It is tireless work, but it is so worthy, and it makes the world of difference in the schools. So I really do appreciate y'all's work.
Thank you.
So
Thank you.
Thank you
I
for
know.
having
It's
us.
our
thank
pleasure.
you for being here.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
we'll
thank
see
you for
y'all
having
around.
us over.